can't hide.
Good morning, everyone. Welcome back to another video, or should I say good afternoon. This is in the afternoon now. We're actually finished what we're doing here for today, and we've done as much as we can do here. Actually, we're actually heading off to the cowboy build to do a few bits down there. But let me show you guys what we've done here the last couple of days that we've been here, or the days that we've been here. Let me explain a couple of things that is happening, and a couple of things that we're waiting to be done, and just what the next stages are. So as you guys saw today, we have been digging out the old clay, soil, concrete, rubbish, whatever, soil kitchen that was there. You guys can see we have knocked it all out. We've dug it down roughly about 30 centimeters, I think somewhere in 27 to 30 centimeters down is what we've done. That's to allow us to build up in hardcore, 100 mil, about 100 mil. We've got 100 mil insulation, I think, to go in there, and then we're going to have a screed of probably about 70 mil on top of that. So this section is treated as one section, and the screed obviously is going to come up to the finished floor level. That's what a screed is. So we'll put a DPM. We'll put DPM down on the floor to prevent damp, which wasn't here before, which was causing one joist to be rotten. I'll come back to that in a minute. We've done some work on that as well. And also to cause damp, which you can see there was, all the flaking paint was damp on that wall. If you look now that we've dug down, you can actually see the original DPC, which is I think it's sort of like a bitumen. I got a piece of it from another wall, was in there. And obviously the soil was way bridging that up to this level of the pipes. All this was just soil and concrete. So you can see how it's been eaten up, this wall here, which seems to have had some sort of limestone or something. Maybe that's what they put on that wall. and that's how they were doing it. I don't know, but obviously it's causing issues. So this is all dug out. We will put some DPC down here. This wall here as well was very, very brittle, it's just falling apart. So we took off a lot of the loose bricks. We're going to put a lintel across the pipe here. So we're going to do some brickwork here. And then we're going to run up, I think it's about 2 courses of brick again back up here in this section. This will help to contain the hardcore and concrete foundation that's going to sit here. So we're going to rebuild this. And then this area will be ready to go. So we actually have insulation should be coming tomorrow. We're waiting for insulation for the ceiling. So the insulation we've got, I think we've got 30 sheets of this stuff. We've got insulation for the ceiling. How we're doing the ceiling is we're putting insulation in between. I think it's 120 mil we're putting in between. And then we've got 30 mil insulation to go over the whole thing, or insulated plasterboard. I can't remember what I ordered now, to be honest. But whatever it is, it will make up 150 mil. So that's for our ceiling. You can see we've got cables in as well for lights and stuff in preparation for that. On the floor, we've also got insulation to come down on the floor as well. So yes, what else have we done? You guys saw us do, I think the last thing you saw us do was do up the concrete pour for this, and that's setting well nice. So we've got a nice concrete foundation. We've done some work on securing this floor. So what we've done is we put a wall plate, essentially put a wall plate which we've bolted to the concrete. We put in a DPC, some DPC in between it, because before, if you remember before, all the ends were rotten because they were sitting inside the wall. There was no DPC or anything. They were sitting in the wall, soaking up and all getting rotten. So we've put a DPC in between the wall plate and bolted those into the concrete. So this is nice and solid now. So what we've got to do now is we've got to cover up the rest of this floor bit here now. We're going to replace some of this because it was all a lot of rotten. We ran this joist right down here, and we've got to cut out a lot of these and replace some of these subfloor bits which were sitting against the wall, which had caved in. So as it caved in, it was all the soil was against the wall, and it just caused all the rot on the edge here. You can see here, this floor piece is just caved in. It's all rotten. So we'll trim a load of that out and replace a lot of that stuff. Also, in the meantime, while we were waiting, because actually we're waiting for the gas guy to come and move these pipes. You guys might remember, I think on the last video when we were doing the concrete, I showed you guys that we put these 40 mil tubes in the concrete, 5 of them. So he needs to come and disconnect all this stuff, drop the pipes a bit lower, the gas one anyway, and run them through the floor so that we can get ready for screeding. So he was supposed to come on Wednesday, let us down. He's not coming till next week now, or Saturday I think I was told, but he's organized by the client, so we're waiting for him to do that so that we can get the floor screeded basically. But hopefully tomorrow we start putting down some membrane and some insulation on the floor, or maybe we'll just focus on the ceilings, we'll see. This section here we were working on as well. We've already done that because we came and couldn't do anything because the guy didn't turn up yesterday to do the gas and move the pipes. So we ended up just spending the day knocking up this partition shell, which is now our little storage room for all our stuff. So basically this is going to be the downstairs bathroom. There'll be a shower in here, toilet. We have an extra big door here and a big space for wheelchair access as well, to be able to use the downstairs toilet, shower and sink. Okay, so that's basically pretty much the shell of it. We plasterboarded the outside of it, obviously not the inside, and this is what it's looking like. So that's that. So we're also going to be putting in another partition, probably up to, we're just waiting for confirmation, probably up to the steel. It will come out and it will probably come across somewhere up to about here, and then this is going to be a room, a utility room. There'll be another freezer in there. There'll be the washing machine, dryer, and there'll be some cabinets and probably a worktop in there and stuff like that. So like a utility room basically will be in this area here. So what we've got then in this existing area, you'll have a bathroom, you'll have that utility room, and then you'll have part of the bedroom. The utility room was actually supposed to be partly here before, so it's moved to here, and this bedroom will get a bit bigger. So this wall here is going to come out a bit, and then I think it comes across here and then goes that way. So there'll be a door here which will be to enter that bedroom. and then there'll basically be a corridor here, and at the end of the corridor, this doorway, you enter into the kitchen, dining sort of thing. So there's a lot of multi-purpose spaces here. Okay, it's not just an open out massive kitchen diner, but although this is still going to be quite big because it's 6x5. So yeah, so that's that. So pretty much we've done what we could. We've done that. Wait for the installation. Hopefully it'll come tomorrow. They let us down, like keep telling us different days. Now we'll start coming Friday, so we'll be here. I'm gonna try and start putting this insulation. So what we're gonna do now is half. I think it's about, what's it, after one? Half one maybe?
Yeah, 123. Yeah.
123. We're gonna go for lunch now, and then we're gonna pop down to the cowboy build, and we're gonna do a couple of bits down there. So guys, that's it for this video. I'll see if we can do some videos down at the cowboy build for you guys as well as we're down there. And so hopefully you can see another video tonight. You might be lucky you get 2 videos. But yeah, guys, that's it for tonight. I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. If you did, please like, comment, share, and subscribe. We'll see you soon. Take care. Thanks for watching.